Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Chris.
This is Mike and Chris Reloaded. We have a special guest again this week.
It's Dane.
Yeah, thanks, Dane, for coming in. This
Yeah.
week we're going to talk about Saturday morning cartoons and TV shows from when we were kids.
Some of you may not know about them.
Yeah. If you're all familiar with Saturday cartoons, they're non-existent anymore. They ended on CW in 2014. And they started in September of 1960, so that's 54 years of cartoons that are out the windows now. Well, like you said before, we could pick them up in syndication.
Well, yeah, a lot of the cartoons went into syndications. Like even during the years they were on, they would after they were over, that just another station would pick them up and they'd play them on there also. So even though it's 54 years of cartoons and you may think they ended, I think people still watch them nowadays and you catch them here and there. I know when they started going away with a lot of the older cartoons, they came out with different channels like Boomerang, Cartoon Network to start showing stuff like that. So
A lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
oh yeah, well Hanna-Barbera had some of the greatest ones,
No doubt.
Wacky Races was my favorite. So.
Oh yeah, Dick Dastardly and Muttley. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Dane. I was waiting for you to do it.
I love that cartoon.
Yeah.
That was a cartoon. I thought that was real life.
My favorite one was DuckTales.
Oh yeah, DuckTales. You can't forget Darkwing.
DuckTales is good. I loved they had a lot of spin-offs and stuff on it with, they had Tailspin, Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
I think it was the whole.
It was in the same world.
Yeah,
Tailspin was just Jungle Book, with technology.
Of course, I loved one of my favorite things was DuckTales the movie.
DuckTales the movie, yeah.
What is it, Secret of the Lamp or Legend of the Lamp or something like that?
Legend of the Lamp.
Like awesomeness.
Yes. It spawned a lot of different things. Of course, Disney had the market cornered on a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Disney?
And they're gummy bears.
Gummy bears ran for a long time. I didn't realize it ran for like 6-7 years.
Yeah. I have 85 to 91. So.
6 years. So yeah, it ran for quite a while.
6 years of me drinking grape juice, pretending it's gummy berry juice. Not afraid to admit that. I still do it now, but I'm a man-child.
There was a lot of things similar to gummy bears. You had Shirt Tails, which is a bunch of little.
Oh yeah,
little animals that wore
it
the
was
different
kind of
shirts.
like Care Bears, but they had shirts.
I never seen that one.
Yeah, they're like a little rescue ranger-ish type thing.
Huh.
They went out and helped people, and they had shirts that did special things. The Snorks was another one.
Yes, I watched the Snorks.
Yeah. And honestly, the Snorks, I didn't realize they ran as long as they did too. Went from 84 to 89, so 5 years. That's a pretty good run.
Trivia question here. What is the longest running cartoon of the 90s?
That was the
We talking about Saturday morning cartoon?
Yep, Saturday morning cartoon. What was the longest running Saturday morning cartoon?
Ooh,
I probably have this down here somewhere too.
So I'm stumping you without being able to look through your list.
I'm not looking at my list. I'm just trying to go by.
All right. It was Captain Planet.
Really?
Yep, Captain Planet.
How long did that run to?
7 seasons, 90 to 96.
Really?
97, yep.
So you don't want to count Bobby's World?
Bobby's World didn't count. It didn't have enough episodes. There was 100... Because the way that I'm filtering is total episodes. There's 113 episodes aired.
Well, that's quite a few episodes there. I was talking about years in production, though. Bobby's World ran from 90 to 98.
Yeah, I know Bobby's World.
So a dude with a green mullet that saved the planet was the longest running cartoon. Saturday mornings.
If you're going by episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're going by time, I would have to say Bobby's World would probably be the...
In the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
Now, if you're going by time, there's other ones out there. Fat Albert ran forever.
Yeah.
Ran for I got 72 to 85.
Yep.
So while, Bill Cosby wasn't feeding the pudding to people.
Yeah.
Oh, the pudding! Tastes funny.
He was...
sleepy.
Yeah, he was...
Definitely don't drink anything that Bill Cosby offers you guys.
Stay away from the pudding, the Kool-Aid, and everything else.
Anything to do with Bill Cosby, stay away.
Some other stuff that ran quite a bit actually was really surprising was, and I got to mention this to my girl Angie. She brought this up. She got us started a little bit on this Saturday morning stuff, and one of her favorite ones is Animaniacs.
I love Animaniacs.
Which Spawn did its own little share of things. Pinky and the Brain, anybody?
Yes.
Pinky and the Brain. I had a ferret that I named Pinky.
Oh, I love
Nice.
Pinky and the Brain.
I did.
Did you have adventures together?
No, it died on me, but I wasn't old enough to care for an animal properly.
Same thing we do every Saturday, Pinky. Sit down and watch my favorite cartoons.
Yeah.
It's Mike and... No.
The Animaniacs ran for about 5 years, too.
Yes, it ran for, I think, 6 years, but it was one of those little slapsticky type. It reminded me a lot of the whole Bugs Bunny thing, but more modern, I guess.
Right.
You
They
know?
got away with a lot of jokes.
Oh,
too.
they got away with a lot of jokes. Us as kids just like laughed at it, but us as adults nowadays look back at it like, how did they do that? But yeah, it's pretty funny.
I gotta throw some surprise ones out there, like He-Man. I loved He-Man when I was growing up.
Was it 2 seasons?
2 seasons.
83 to 85.
Can you believe that? I mean, 2 flipping seasons.
I
ran.
honestly will say...
And I've had He-Man figures until I was like a teenager.
Oh, I know, but see, and we were talking about this before. Like Dane was mentioning about how a lot of these shows just wanted to spawn toys.
Yep.
And He-Man was a huge one. Transformers was another huge one.
Don't talk
Right.
about my series, man. Unless you're talking about Michael Bay ruining my series.
Wrong Transformers, man.
He still touched them.
We're talking about the good ones.
Exactly.
Back when I liked to watch robot cartoons, I don't like mech anything anymore.
Anime.
No, don't like mech anime.
Gundam.
Really, man.
Give it a try.
See, I'm not a
Not a
huge
mech
Gundam
fan.
person, but I'm Robotech all the way.
Oh, Robotech.
Nah.
You know what
Transformers was good, but any of the mech anime I've watched recently, I'm not sure if I've watched Robotech or anything, but
Oh, it was a classic. If you ever hung around Kent or anybody like us, you watch Robotech. It's on
Wow.
Crackle.
Well, we'll have
I'm
to
not
we'll have to
looking.
talk about that later because I'll have to maybe we'll do another show on that or something. Show you some mech animes that'll probably break you back into it.
All right.
But you talk about He-Man, another one, Thundercats.
Yes, Thundercats.
Thundercats actually ran for quite a while.
Yeah, it ran 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And then they tried to do that remake in 2011.
On Cartoon Network.
What remake? I don't remember that.
Yeah, you know, the one with the...
The one
yeah.
time when they tried to have Lionel come back as
Okay,
his own father.
is it me or did anyone not notice that they were all naked? I mean, okay, it's a cat, I get that, but they're all naked.
At least they weren't licking themselves all the time. Sword of Omens, hold on. Tara, though.
Oh yeah.
The only female.
And you want to talk about other shows that are mechs or whatever that didn't run very long? Voltron.
Voltron? Yeah.
One
I've watched
season.
Voltron.
Of course, it had, 80 crap ton of episodes. Like 80 some episodes, but it was one season. That's it.
Well, there's a reason it was only one season.
That's the Lions. Of course, it was originally a.
Anime.
Thank you.
Which
It
us as Americans mixed another movie that we bought to form what we now know as Voltron, and that's why there was only one season, and it was a bowl of lies. Thank you, DVD, for that.
But the original anime was actually called Go Lion. So.
Yes.
Really?
Which I added to the...
Yes.
I might check that one out. I might look into
It's on
it.
Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Is it on Is it dubbed?
No.
No.
That's why I said original anime.
Come on, man.
Well,
dub
if you
some
want
shit.
dubbed, watch Voltron.
Dub some crap, okay? It's not that hard to pay
True
some
anime.
people to translate into English.
Well, if you they did watch Voltron. You know, they took stuff like that and
You can watch the new Voltron on Netflix. It's pretty
oh, yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I saw the other remake, the Voltron Force they did
Oh, got it.
with
like
the little
that.
kids or
No,
something. I saw
they
some of
weren't
those.
cute.
I was
It
just
a
like,
new
yeah.
team.
But
Did not like it. But I do like the new one. Very good.
Another one of my favorites was Fraggle Rock.
ton frag a rock.
I wasn't really. It was kind of cartoony, but more of a.
Well,
puppet
it's Jim
show.
Henson. You know,
Yeah.
you can't
They
go wrong
did
with
have
that.
a cartoon though.
You know.
But I preferred the live action.
Yeah.
Well, and if you want to talk about Jim Henson, he did Muppet Babies.
Yes, Muppet Babies.
And that show ran forever and a day too. It ran for like 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
84 to 91.
I was surprised on that one too. I was like, wow, okay then. But there's also some out there that are kind of a little obscure that people might not remember. Maybe people do. How about let's see here. I'm trying to look at my list here. Oh, come on, man, Mr. T.
Mr. T, I had that written down
Everybody
somewhere.
watched Mr. T.
Or Jackie Chan Adventures.
Jackie Chan Adventures was another one.
It was my filler between episodes of other things.
How about not and look,
No offense,
and
Jimmy,
I'm not
for
I'm
listening
not
to this.
dating myself or anything on this, but I always love to watch me some Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. Oh, no, I watched Mighty Mouse when
You
I
know.
was a kid too. So
Here I come. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was my
I could say I'm not dating myself, but if you think of long-running shows, Gumby.
man.
I'm telling you, come on. I am not the only one in this
I
room
watched
that
Gumby,
watched
yes.
Gumby.
Me and Devin watched us some
you have to
Gumby.
be on acid to watch Gumby, man. Come on.
1956.
Once again, me and Devin were nice children, and our mommy gave us nice liquids to make us go to sleep.
Yeah, 1956 to 1988, Gumby ran.
Well, yeah, it was a long-running episodic thing, but geez, man,
Jeez,
you were
Gumby.
that stuff. I mean, I wasn't on anything and watching it. I was tripping out on that stuff. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Come on, what was it, Pookie or Pokey?
Pokey.
Or Pokey.
Of course, Pokey.
What show were you watching? Come on, Pookie. The
Pookie.
ghetto version of Gumby.
Another one actually was kind of my favorite one that I really like, because being a kid, you want stuff that's adventurous and everything else. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Remember that one? About the
Classic
5 kids that got sucked into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Each one had a special thing.
Nope.
You
Didn't see
didn't
it.
see
Really?
that? Oh wow.
No.
Yeah, the one dude was
surprised, too.
one dude was a knight or something. He had a special shield. The girl had a cloak of invisibility. The one the girl had the bow and arrow. The one littlest kid was the barbarian. He was like super strong.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they were like in whatever the real world. And they got sucked into this this Dungeons and Dragons world, and they're trying to find a way home. So
Speaking of getting sucked in the world, so I wanted to bring this up before you did.
you're gonna do it, aren't you?
You
Dang
did right. Captain in the Game
Yes,
Master.
Captain N, which what led us to everything pretty much we do nowadays.
Yeah.
Cartoons, video games,
And
of course,
cereal.
and cereal.
Can't forget the multiple cereals.
Um,
Nintendo. It's for breakfast now.
But one of my all-time favorites, and Kent will probably one of his all-time favorites too. He loves Captain N. I do too. It's come on, man. He had the zapper. He had the little controller for his belt and everything.
I remember holding my controller around my belt, and then my grandma caught me. Like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing."
Hoping to get sucked into the TV.
Yep. Yep.
But he had all his little buddies. He had Mega Man.
Which was the weirdest Mega Man
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Because right around. You're not Mega Man.
He had who else did he have? The Princess.
The princess. I don't remember what she was from. And
they fought against
Belmont from
Yeah.
Castlevania.
Yeah, that's right, because he was kind
Priest
of the vain.
Belmont.
But
Yes, I'm so pretty.
but they fought against Mother Brain
Yeah.
from Metroid, which
Mother Brain.
Samus wasn't there, which is kind of weird. You'd think she would have been there.
Well, there's also that shock of those that beat Metroid that figured out or found out she was a woman.
Well, that's true. That's true, because Captain N came out about 4 or 5 years after Nintendo came out. So
Yeah.
and if you want to talk about, there's another show actually that had something similar to that. This show called Kid Video. That's when that was
Don't
when
know that one.
That was when the
Dude.
rock and roll revolution started coming along
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Well, that's same concept. Musical group of kids get sucked into a cartoon world, and where they have to battle, evil whatever, but they do it with their music supposedly. But it was only on for like a season or 2, but it was interesting, something to watch, I guess.
That reminds me of what was that? Was it Jabberjaw?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that they had to have a rock and roll band with them or a hippie band with them?
Every band that came out in the 80s or 70s, really.
Well, if you want to talk about that, you might talk about like Scooby-Doo or something. Had every guest star in the world on their show.
Yeah. True.
Gee, Scoob!
Yeah, I didn't even put Scooby-Doo on my list.
I could say I didn't put Scooby-Doo, but I did put a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Thank you.
Oh.
Look, I don't care what you say. I don't care how old I am. I love the pup named Scooby-Doo.
That was my show, man.
It was just hilarious.
Mostly because I was forced to watch a lot of Scooby-Doo, thanks to my Maja. But pup named Scooby-Doo, you know, when he got his treats, you know, that's how I felt when I got a kid.
And when you met Scooby's parents, they called him Scoobert.
Yeah. Oh, Scoobert! I swear he was Jewish.
Yeah, I like Pup Named Scooby-Doo. Is one of my favorites, too. Other shows?
Oh, there's so many.
I'm listening. What you got?
You go first.
Non-cartoon shows, maybe?
Can I go?
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, which started in 1993.
And still going on.
Still going. And they're coming out with a new movie next year.
Reboot, yeah, filming right now.
Looks
Can't wait.
Different. The suits look different. So.
It's going to be dark.
Of course, you know, with Bryan Cranston as Zordon, you can't go wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
Rangers, it's time to cook.
He's going to give them all meth or something, I guess. So.
That's how to get their powers, man.
Yeah, I used to be a big Power Ranger fan, but not quite so much no more.
The newer ones, yeah.
I catch myself watching it every now and again, just different ones.
I ain't gonna lie, I do still watch Power Rangers, but I mostly watch the original Japanese versions.
I know
before they come out over here.
My son, he used to Power Rangers. He loved it, you know, growing up and everything else. And he was always into the Dino ones. Anything dinosaur Power Rangers, that's what he was into. Dino Thunder, you know, everything dinosaur, that's what he was into. So.
Right. That's cool. What about, let's say, Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Oh, God.
Hey, I love Pee-wee.
That falls in the category of Gumby, man.
My nose.
That falls in the category of Gumby, man.
Come on.
I almost want to argue that, but I did watch both, but I love Pee-wee.
Come on, Pee-wee. He's still going,
That
too.
person in front of him at the movie theater didn't love him.
1,000 adult theater, thank you.
No. But he's still going. He's on Broadway. Pee-wee's Playhouse is on Broadway.
Which is funny
one of my favorite,
once you think about it.
Yeah, one of my
How
favorite things. Yeah, really. One of my favorite things that he ever did was when he did Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen the original Buffy Vampire Slayer movie with Ladies and Germs, watch that movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Chrissy Swanson as Buffy, Kiefer Sutherland's
Donald
father,
Sutherland.
Donald, yes, as her
mentor,
and Rutger Hauer as not Dracula, but kind of a
higher up vampire.
Yeah.
And but yeah, good movie. Keep on the theme of shows. One of my all-time favorites, and Dane, I'm sure it is yours too. Saved by the Bell.
Yep.
I love me some Saved by the Bell.
That was that show right there.
Although I still say I hated Screech, I would have beat him up myself.
Well, you know, there's a lot of interesting things about that. I was reading about it. A lot of them, like the producer of the show, didn't realize how old he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He was the youngest on the set. He was 12 years old when they first started.
Huh.
Wow.
And they didn't realize how old he was, and because he was so immature on set all the time. He was doing pranks and just wasn't doing things right.
That makes sense.
And then when they found out, they were like, okay, we already cast him. We need to settle him down and this and that. But he's one of the longest running people on the show.
Yeah? I mean, who doesn't like Screech? I can't believe you don't like Screech.
Yeah, say that to him now.
The people in prison like him.
Yeah.
Is he in prison?
He is.
No, he's not. He
went back.
Didn't he get time served?
He went back. He broke his violation or probation or whatever
really?
it was. Yeah. He had to go back and serve like 3-4 months.
It is funny how most stars from the 90s and 80s are...
Terrible. Cocaine, man.
Yeah.
Hell of a drug, man. Hell of a drug.
That's what the 80s were about. What about Hey Dude? I love that one. Bar None Ranch.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Never watched it?
No,
oh,
I
man.
guess I missed that one, man.
Really?
It was good. I forget the guy's name, but they all worked. They were about.
The
it was about-
Hayden Ranch.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of high school kids that are camp counselors at a cowboy ranch.
Yeah. Look it up on YouTube, man.
Yeah, you have to.
I'll check it out.
these one
I'll
episodes.
check it out. Well,
I can't think of the girl's name, but you would know her once you see her.
another one they have spun off of the Saved by the Bell was a show called California Dreams.
Didn't watch much of that. I didn't like it.
Yes,
I mean, it was all right. I mean, it's you get, and I think they're trying to get away from a lot of the cartoon stuff and more towards the preteen teenager stuff, trying to draw in the crowd. Which Saved by the Bell did a ton of them.
Oh yeah.
I think it was responsible for something like 30% of the shares as far as like the teen demographic.
Yeah.
So it
And
was.
what Saved by the Bell didn't run that long either, did it?
No, it didn't. Which is really surprising. But it did spawn a lot of other stuff.
Yeah,
They
the
spawned
college years.
The college years, and then they had Saved by the Bell, the new class afterwards,
Yeah.
which was not nowhere near any of the other stuff.
College years was okay, and then they did the Hawaii one too.
Yeah, and then they made the final movie where him and Kelly got married in Vegas or whatever. So
Yeah.
at least they ended it, which is good, And
I'm surprised I'm going to be the first one to mention this one here in this room.
you're probably going to be the first one because we probably haven't spotted it yet. So
What about the WWF?
oh
Hulk Hogan's Rock and Roll Wrestling?
yeah.
No, just what they called WrestleMania on every Saturday morning that came on TV. Ran from 93 to 96.
I remember the Rockin' Wrestling.
Yeah.
You didn't
Well,
watch the wrestling when you were a kid?
Are you talking about the Saturday morning wrestling?
Yeah.
Basically, the hour-long
yeah.
recap.
Hour-long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched that.
I watched that.
But I also
I
watched.
thought you were talking about the cartoon, the Hulk
No,
Hogan Rockin' Wrestling.
Yeah, I got Rockin' Wrestling too.
Yeah, that was
You
back
know,
when
I
they were doing the whole
originally was
Cyndi
gonna-
Lauper and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one only ran one season or something like that. 2 seasons maybe.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
think
it?
two, because I remember watching for at least a year or two. And then switching over to WCW.
And
Yeah.
then let's not forget Land of the Lost,
Land of the
Not
Lost.
the original, but the Nickelodeon one that I loved.
which
and
was in
adored.
91 to 92. It was only on for a season.
Yeah, but still, I loved it.
Wasn't there one on NBC too?
That was the one on NBC, the one from 91 to 92.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said Nickelodeon.
I could have sworn it was on Nickelodeon.
No, there was one on NBC.
It might have put it in syndication afterwards.
Mhm.
A lot of these shows we talk about, they put them back on, reruns
Right.
basically, or syndication or reruns.
Like Hung Kung Fooey. That
Oh.
was from the
Number one super guy.
70s. Yeah. But
Quicker
I
than
watched
human.
I watched that when I was a preteen.
Some of my other favorite shows, you talk about these superheroes. We talk about superheroes nowadays. Spider-Man is Amazing Friends.
Yeah.
Dane.
Yeah, how come you
Yeah.
didn't mention that, Dane?
Because I preferred the Spider-Man that came on Fox Kids.
Oh, come on, man.
It didn't have Venom, okay?
You talking about the Spider-Man that
There was
went
no
from
Venom.
94 to 98?
And? Don't judge
It's
me.
not Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends, okay? You got Iceman and Firestar.
Yeah, and look at those characters now.
Firestar. She's literally hot.
Ta-ding!
And then of course you had Challenge of the Super Friends.
Don't know that one.
Oh,
Really?
come on, man. With the Legion of Doom? Seriously?
Don't remember that one. Remember Super Mario Brothers Super Show
Oh,
with
Everybody-
Lou Ferrigno. Was that
Oh,
not
my
Lou
Lord.
Ferrigno, but
That was Lou.
no, it
I
was
mean, hold
Lou.
He was a
Albino.
wrestler.
Lou,
Yeah.
Captain Lou Albino.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that one too. Thanks for bringing up those bad memories.
Hey, I like Link on there.
That is still the first episode, ladies and germs. You can find the original without finding it on DVD. There is still a little something that went unsaid, but was said on, I guess, live, and they cussed.
Oh, really?
Well, Lou cussed to Luigi in an episode, first episode.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. You
No,
got
I
me
did
on
not know
one.
that. Yeah.
It was.
But I liked watching Link. Though I didn't like the Super Mario Brothers part, but they would show Zelda.
Yeah.
Which became its own little thing, but
I love that. And then
Yeah. I guess I'll give that one to you.
Real Monsters.
94 to
it was okay.
97.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
come
good.
on.
It was alright.
Come
The
on.
teacher with the high heels and the weirdness.
Alright. Smurfs.
Smurfs is good, yeah.
Huh?
Everybody makes fun of Smurfs nowadays.
Oh, which
The
we
movies.
were
I
talking
don't
about.
like the
We were talking
movies.
about no, not the movies. We're not talking about the movies. Okay, we're talking about the original cartoon,
I like
which
Mr.
ran from
Meat
81 to
and
89. Yeah. And I was talking to you about this before that the Smurfs was actually originally a French comic strip that was converted over to it.
Yeah, you were telling me that. That was
Yeah.
interesting. That was something I didn't know. You got me there, man.
I love that. I mean, I love that when they had their little buddies Johan and Pee Wee, and Pee Wee rode the goat, Biquette. Come on, man. That stuff was funny. It's good times.
Smurfs are still selling nowadays, so I mean, it's still selling.
Man,
They are.
it's not hard
and
to
I think
sell
they're coming
weird
out with
stuff.
another one movie, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, they're
I
coming
didn't
out
even
with
watch
another
the
one.
last one.
I haven't watched either of them. So
It was all right. I watched them. I got kids, so
well, yeah.
they're not bad. I
Excuses,
love Neil
excuses.
Patrick Harris.
Oh, I love
Harris,
NPH,
So I
yeah.
mean,
And which NPH voiced your Spider-Man, sir?
No, the first one, he was the second
Yes.
one after the Sam Raimi's movies
And he
came
also
out.
did the voice of the Spider-Man in the games.
Yes.
Moving on though, but there's just a couple other big ones we missed. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Man,
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
love-hate relationship with him.
Now I remember the movie. Alvin and the Chipmunks, the movie.
I don't remember
That
that
was-
movie back then.
Yeah, with the Chipettes where they had to go around the world and get the dolls and the drug smugglers and the diamond smugglers were faking it or whatever.
Drug
I remember
smugglers.
watching the movie. I loved the movie. It was great.
I don't remember the movie.
Watch it. It's good.
I must have
I
blocked it
liked
out.
when the Chipettes
It's
came
just called
out.
a Chipmunk Adventure. So not to be confused with the crappy
No,
live
no,
action
no,
Jason
no,
Lee movies.
no.
I'm talking about the cartoon one. That's like the Transformers. You got the Transformers the movie, and then you got Michael Bay. So
Mr. Explosion,
Exactly.
ruining childhoods.
What about Garbage Pail Kids?
was that a series?
Yeah,
I remember the movie.
One season, 13 episodes. I was surprised it only went one season. I watched a crap
Can't
out of
imagine
it.
why it only
I
lasted
watched
a
the
season.
okay. I watched the movie, and I'll be honest with you, I liked it.
Did you? I didn't think.
And
it was bad.
I used to collect Garbage Pail Kid.
Oh, me too.
I have the
had crap
cards.
of them,
I had
Didn't.
stickers everywhere.
Mask.
Mask.
Yeah.
One season.
Yeah,
That's it.
85 to 86. I couldn't believe it. I loved Mask.
It was a good show.
They're bringing it back. They're
And I
bringing
had a ton of toys too. Which
Uh,
goes back to Dane's philosophy there.
Yeah.
advertisement.
Well, like you were talking about earlier, He-Man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like that. And just we're gonna throw this one cartoon out here, but we're gonna sell 10,000 toys.
Yep, Thundar the Barbarian.
One
Yes.
cartoon we cannot fail to mention: Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, that's on my list, and which that actually ran for quite a while.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of different versions of Ninja Turtles.
Well, the
too.
original TMNT after the movie came out,
Mhm.
it started in '87, ran to '96,
Wow,
so it ran for a long time.
that's pretty good.
fun
Yeah.
fact: they never used their weapons in the show.
Really,
Too violent.
I did not know that.
Sure, they pull them out, but they never used them.
Of course, you got some other stuff that's real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
I got that on here too. '89 to '92.
Yeah, but did you
Yeah.
guys ever see that other Ghostbusters cartoon they had?
What other Ghostbusters one?
It came out in
I
'86.
don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, sure. I was the only one that watched that.
You talking about the one where they drove around the little old car or whatever?
It had a gorilla.
Yes.
It
You know
was
why that is, right? And we will explain this on our Ghostbusters episode.
1975 live action. Yes,
Um,
I'm old.
of course, I could explain it now too. It's real simple. They actually owned another person owned the rights to the Ghostbusters.
Yes.
So after the
true.
movie came out, they had a lawsuit and everything else, and they had to change their name when they came out with the cartoon.
No,
they
they
had to
bought
change
it.
the name
They bought
to
it.
no. They changed the name to the real Ghostbusters because the other people wouldn't come off on the other cartoon Ghostbusters.
Gotcha.
It had a gorilla.
It had a gorilla. I don't remember seeing that
The
one.
theme song is what got me as a kid, but the show was crap. Oh, Ghostbusters.
Couple little notables. Hey Arnold, the Littles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Littles, man.
Yeah.
Good Lord, I forgot about them.
Yeah, here come the Littles.
Here's one you guys ain't gonna know. Dinosaurs. I watched that on USA. It was awesome. A bunch of dinosaurs from space. Okay, you're looking at me crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I missed that one too,
Well,
man.
aren't you used to that look?
Yes, I am actually.
If you want to talk about dinosaurs, how about Denver, the last dinosaur?
Oh,
Come on, man.
Oh, you got my heart. Yes, Denver, the last dinosaur.
Or he was a dinosaur in a rock and roll band?
He was. Well, although he couldn't talk, he still had his own band. Denver, the last dinosaur.
Well, I think we're running out of time, so you guys got anything that you really want anybody to hear about before we wrap it up? Or do we think we covered it all?
I think we covered quite a bit of it, man. There's, they made a lot of other things. X-Men, Batman, a lot of superhero stuff, back in its time.
Everything like that.
Right.
Gargoyles was another one. Heathcliff, Garfield, a lot of them things.
A lot of cats.
Ultimately, there's just so many to talk about. We're all obviously going to miss one or two here and there. If
More
there's
like
anything
40.
that people can think of that we missed, post it. Let us know.
Write it in the comments.
Write it
Make
in our
fun
comments.
Of us.
Hell, we might do a part
You know?
2 of this episode.
We
Yeah.
put ourselves out there just for your amusement, so feel free to bash us. It's okay. I
Funny
don't
guys.
mind.
We're funny guys, eh? Eh?
I won't even fight back. I'll just make a nice snide comment.
Yeah.
No, I won't do that.
Yeah, definitely. If you can think of something that we might have missed, by all means, post it. If there's something you want to comment about, let us know. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it, talk about these things for you guys, and for us, obviously. But
Yeah.
we're all just kind of geeks and nerds at heart, and it's what we do.
The
Pretty
comments
easy
are
to get
coming.
a hold of us. It's Mike and Chris Reloaded on Facebook. We're the only ones out there.
And you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mike and Chris Reloaded.
I'm subscribed.
And you could also like our Facebook page and subscribe to that,
I
subscribe
like
to that,
that
too.
Yeah. Keep up to date with us. We'll have more interesting stuff coming out in the future. I know we have quite a bit coming up with next week's shows. We're going to be talking about the video game consoles.
Yes, with the new consoles coming out this year and next year, we want to kind of give an evolution of where they've come from and where they're going. So
And I can tell you I have 4 pages, so that episode might be a little long.
I've got quite a few stuff myself. And then, of course, the week after that is the big one.
Yeah. The week after that, Ghostbusters.
We are going to go watch the Ghostbusters movie. It's going to be totally dedicated to Ghostbusters, talking about past and present. And we're going to have a special guest on that show also.
A real Ghostbuster.
A real Ghostbuster. So,
Yeah, the only one in Crestview.
yep.
For the area period.
Stay with
really.
us. Check us out.
And you guys gotta love us because we're going to see the Ghostbuster movie.
Now,
For you guys.
I've read some reviews and they haven't talked bad about it yet.
No,
so
they haven't said anything bad. I've read some
And I'm gonna go-
non-spoiler reviews.
I'm gonna go with an objective mind. So I'm gonna, go into it. Whatever.
I support what they say.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. You have a good day.
Thanks a lot.